extend a warm welcome for a faculty development program organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Internal Examination Cell. God speaks in the silence of the heart, and listening is the beginning of prayer. We shall commence the program with the invocation. Let us respect the Tamil Thai வாழ்த்து. Welcome the present moment with grace and be ready to receive the ecstatic experience. Now we request our Dean, Dr. K.R. Ananthabatmanabhan, College of Science and Humanities, Vadapalani Campus, to welcome the gathering.
Thank you, Madam. Good morning and greetings to all. I consider myself fortunate to be able to express my genial and heartfelt welcome to all dignitaries, heads of the department, and faculty members to the Faculty Development Program on Bloom's Taxonomy and Evaluation Methods. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished resource person, Professor S.P. Srinivasan, Director and Head, School of Mechanical Science, former Controller of Examination, Rajalakshmi Engineering College, Chennai, who has taken time of amidst its busy schedule and has agreed to be among us and grace this occasion with his presence. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our Registrar, Dr. S. Punnusamy, to this grand occasion. For his constant guidance and insistent follow-up, this program would not have been materialized. I am exultant to welcome all the faculty members who are the backbone of SRM IST and the beneficiaries of Faculty Development Program. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to you and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your supporting words. Education is the passport to the future, and it is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. Now, I would like to invite our respected registrar, Dr. S. Punnusamy, Institute of Science and Technology, who has always been an instrumental in the all-around development of students' community. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all of you. On behalf of SRM Institute of Science and Technology, it is indeed my immense pleasure in welcoming the first speaker, Professor S.P. Srinivasan, Director and Head, School of Mechanical Sciences, Rajalakshmi Engineering College. I also take this opportunity to welcome our colleagues, the deans, head of departments, and faculties of various departments for this FDP on Bloom's Taxonomy and Evaluation Methods. In fact, I've been insisting all the heads of the institution in SRM IST to arrange for such a workshop for the faculty members for their own benefits. You know very well that education is very important in terms of assessing and identifying the intellectual level at which the individual students are capable of working. It brings out critical thinking skills, which helps to understand the prevailing situations and take decisions. It's also important to ask questions that are aimed at improving critical thinking skills of students. Bloom's taxonomy classifies educational learning objectives into levels of complexity and specificity. The models were named after Benjamin Bloom, who chaired the committee of educators that devised the taxonomy. Most recognized learning theories in the field of education, educators use Bloom's taxonomy to create learning outcomes. Bloom's taxonomy is a hierarchical system that characterizes the thinking skills of students, ranging from recalling information to evaluation, and the various levels are remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. See, Bloom's taxonomy helps the teachers to discuss and exchange learning and assessment methods. It also helps the teachers to create lesson plans and test critical thinking. I hope that this FDP program would bring in requisite information for the faculties in appropriate use of Bloom's taxonomy in framing the curricula, syllabi, and setting the question paper to bring out inherent talent of the student community. Once again, I congratulate the shift work of the internal examination cell and IQAC College of Science and Humanities Vadapalani Campus in organizing this FDP program, taking into consideration of my short notice. So thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiration and encouragement. Most importantly, for giving your time and making your presence. And there is an announcement. The participants, feedback form will be posted in the chat box at the end of the session. Kindly fill up the form to receive e-certificates. E-certificates will be sent to your registered mail ID. Now I call on Mr. A.C. Charles Sahayaraj, Assistant Professor, CSH, and convener of IQAC to introduce the guest of today's program.
Honorable Registrar, respected Dean, HODs, and my dear colleagues. Very good morning to you all. I am Charles Sahayaraj, AC, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, this college. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the checklist of this FDP on Bloom's taxonomy and evaluation methods. We are honored this morning by the presence of the Honorable Chief Sri Dr. S.P. Srinivasan. Dr. S.P. Srinivasan, presently serving as a professor and head in the Department of Mechanical Engineering and Director of Mechanical Sciences at the Rajalakshmi Engineering College, Chennai, India. He is having more than 23 years of experience in teaching. Experienced in handling examinations as a chief superintendent for 7 years and as a COE for 4 years. He has institutionalized innovative system and process with respect to academic matters, examinations, learners affairs, and student support. He has also effectively handled the responsibilities as president for Institute Innovation Council. He obtained his BE degree in production engineering from St. Peter's Engineering College from Madras University, Chennai, India in 1997. He got his master degree, ME in Industrial Engineering from the College of Engineering, Guindy, Anna University, Chennai in January 2000. He received his PhD degree from Anna University in 2011, field of supply chain management. He has been engaged in teaching, research, and consultancy. He has published more than 38 research papers in international journals and presented many papers in various international conferences. He also published a textbook titled Dynamics of Machines in 2003. He is also a visiting faculty in the Department of Industrial Engineering, Anna University, Chennai. He has traveled and presented seminars in leading technical institutions in India and abroad. He has taught subjects like engineering mechanics, engineering graphics, engineering materials and metallurgy, production planning and control, quality management, industrial robotics, etc. His current research interests towards the agriculture supply chain management with application in the field of alternative fuels, production management, transportation and logistics, decision supporting system, optimization techniques. He has successfully implemented 5 years and Kaizen concepts in the Department of Mechanical Engineering and also extended it to the entire campus at Rajalakshmi Engineering College. He won the Platinum Award from AB AOT Osaka Kaizen Competition Award. In this connection, he won the Platinum Award from the Osaka Kaizen Competition. He is also an executive council member of Chinmaya Mission. He is a life member of various professional bodies, includes Institute of Engineers, ISTE, NAUR, ASME, IAEAG, and IACSIT. He was chairman for Indian Institute of Industrial Engineering, Chennai chapter. He has successfully completed his sabbatical training at Lucas TVS, attended an internship on energy studies at Trier University, Germany, currently working on IoT in the field of supply chain management and additive manufacturing. We are very grateful to SP Srinivasan for accepting our invitation and marking his presence here. Now, I invite Sir to share his knowledge and wisdom with us. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Checking, I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
So my humble salutations to everyone present here. First of all, I would like to thank the Dean Dr. K.R. Anantapatmanabhan and Register Dr. S. Ponnusamy for giving me this opportunity to share the knowledge and experience to the elite crowd. Thank you very much, sir. And though involving this particular teaching field for the past 22 years, but half of my teaching experience towards this examination and evaluation. So I have some little bit knowledge about this particular thing. So thanks for inviting me for this wonderful topic, that is Bloom's taxonomy. And let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Okay. So as a registrar, Professor Ponnusamy mentioned, so this Bloom's taxonomy is it's a budding topic nowadays, because AICT and DST and most of the educational institutions are supposed to follow this. And we have a lot of procedure on this Bloom's taxonomy. We have some kind of a confusions. We have some kind of clarity required on certain aspects of this Bloom's taxonomy. Many things are there. So education is important in terms of assessing and identifying the intellectual level of the learners. Here, the learner, here, I mean the students, or so improving the critical thinking skill, that is important nowadays. Then only they will reach to important levels of learning, like analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So students may have a different kind of opinion about the information what they receive. So we teach something and the student may receive some kind of information. Normally in a classroom, we have 3 different level of people. Of course, you know very well, you're all teachers. So first 20% of students, we no need to teach anything. So they will understand everything and they will give 100% output. And 60% of students, they may be in the cat on the wall. So and the remaining 20% of the students, so we have to give some kind of a push. But as a teacher, we have to satisfy the 100% out. So Bloom's taxonomy is a tool, so that triggers the students' thinking and how to categorize the information. So that gives some kind of idea to the teachers and also the learners, give some kind of a clarity about the understanding. So Bloom's taxonomy and instructional expression. So at the end of the session, you may get some kind of information about what is required and what are the things that we need to share to the entire student community. So as a so here we are going to talk about what is Bloom's taxonomy and why this is required, and some of the historical background of this Bloom's taxonomy. And this Bloom's taxonomy having some kind of the ideology is changed in some period of time. So we'll see the revised Bloom's taxonomy level and some of the examples and references. And finally, we'll have some kind of a quiz. As assessment is one of the thing to complete our learning process. So we'll have some kind of a technical quiz at the end of the session. So that's the online quiz. So every one of you can participate in that. Then we can able to conclude the session. So what is this Bloom's taxonomy? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So if any problem, please for me, because only the screen is visible in my laptop. So that's the thing. So I'm not able to see the participant faces here. So that's the thing. Now we'll see why this Bloom's taxonomy is required. So the updated ideology of this Bloom's taxonomy and it's listed here. That is, it is an instructional theory that categorizes the level of learning. So it's a tool for the instructor, the teachers, to assist in various aspects of their teaching career, like learning outcomes, preparation of the curriculum, and during the class hour, the content delivery, and finally the assessment level. So in all these aspects, the Bloom's taxonomy guides us some kind of with the instructions. So this tool gives some kind of instruction to take care of all this kind of a thing. So this is actually a Greek word. Of course, the tax means arrangement and nomos means science. So taxonomy is a science of arrangements. So a system of grouping or categorizing things. This is called as taxonomy. Taxonomy and classification both are equal meaning. So what is the purpose of this particular understanding is required? Why we should know about this Bloom's taxonomy? Why we need to implement this Bloom's taxonomy in all our teaching learning process? So this helps the educators to inform or guide the developments. The three aspects. One is, of course, the end of the day, that is assessment is the main thing. So test and evaluations of the students' learning. And before that, we need a curriculum preparation. During the curriculum preparation, like lesson plan preparation, projects, what type of projects we can give, what kind of internship the students are supposed to go, and what kind of a laboratory equipments or what kind of experiments that can be given to the students in terms of the particular theory, and what are the units that these need to be organized in a which unit should be first and which unit should be second, and all these things we should have some kind of a idea about curriculum preparation. So for this particular thing, the Bloom's taxonomy is giving us some kind of a idea. Then finally, the instruction method during the classes. How can we ask the question? What type of question can be asked during the class hours? So that will trigger, that will motivate the students to think about in a different way. So these three main aspects are important to learn about this Bloom's taxonomies. So when we talk about the historical background of this Bloom's taxonomy, as Professor the registrar said, that Bloom's taxonomy is developed by Benjamin Bloom in the year 1956 with a team of researchers. So they developed some kind of a taxonomy level, starting from knowledge is the first level, that is the basic level. Then the level is increased to comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So the Benjamin Bloom is an American, so he's an educational psychologist, we can say. So research is a level of behavior in learning. So the learning behavior is conducted some kind of a research. So based on the output of this Benjamin Bloom, he has categorized some 6 levels of understanding, that is knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Let us concentrate about this particular 6 levels of Benjamin Bloom's ideology. With a simple example, a simple question can be asked to the students like, what does 4 times 3 equal? What does 4 times 3 equal? This is a simple statement. Of course, forget about the level of the student, the standard, that is a 3rd standard or a degree student or PG student. Forget about those things. This is a general question to the given to the entire crowd of students. Like, what does 4 times 3 equal? What does 4 times 3 equal? So here the times, that statement, the times is nothing but multiplying. So this multiplying, that is a word statement, should be converted into mathematical sentence, which implies 4 by 3 or 4 cross 3. So this times is a word, that word statement should be converted into multiplication, that is that interprets a mathematical sentence. So this particular thing is called as a comprehension. So the student know what is this 4 by 3. The 4 by 3 is equal to 12. But the statement, what does 4 times 3 equal? The times means multiplication. So the comprehension level, the students must interpret the word sentence to mathematical sentence, which implies 4 by 3, which is equal to 12. Now the next stage is apply. So apply this acquired knowledge to a word problem, such as we have to apply this particular concept. So how to apply this 4 by 3? So 3 orange trees can each produce 4 fruits. How many fruits can be provided together? This is the application. 3 orange trees can each produce 4 fruits. Can produce 4 fruits. And how many fruits can be provided altogether? So this is the concept of applying applying the concept of the learning. The next stage is analysis. Analysis stage, the student should be in a position to draw some kind of a pictures about the orange trees and providing some kind of arrows to show the trees. And this is called the analysis. The student at the 4th stage, the student may get some kind of a analysis level of thinking, analysis level of understanding. And the next stage, Professor Benjamin Bloom's identified the synthesis. In this particular stage, so the students must be in a position to rearrange or reorganize the information what they receive. Like pictures that shows that 3 orange trees, tree equating to 12 fruits in total. So they should develop all these things in terms of pictures. So the 3 orange trees equating 12 fruits in total. So here the people should be in a position to reorganize the entire information. This is called synthesis. And evaluation is the last stage as per Benjamin Bloom. Like they need to evaluate the extent of fairness. Extent of fairness. Here, this is not a judgmental. So here, so they should be in a position to give some kind of alternate solutions, or they may think differently. For example, 12 fruits. These 12 fruits can be divided among the trees, with one tree getting 2 fruits, whereas the other 2 getting each 5 fruits. So the total may be 12. So the simple problem can be divided in a different way. So the student should get different kind of a understanding of a simple problem. So this is about the Benjamin's ideology about this taxonomy thing. But in 2001, Anderson, they're calling it as is a student of Benjamin, they're saying, but as per the information provided, so this Anderson is a student or the disciple of this Benjamin Bloom. So here modified this particular Bloom's level. So the first thing is remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and finally create. So this is a modified version of Bloom's taxonomy, and we'll see all these things in the forthcoming slides. So Bloom's taxonomy requires the students to think at the increasing complex base. So only through Bloom's taxonomy we can trigger the students' mentality, we can trigger the students' understanding. Nowadays, we are talking about this because of this pandemic. For the past 2 years, we are conducting so many online examinations, and the level of understanding is something different. And Now, recently we got the information in this online examination also, we have to concentrate something about Bloom's taxonomy. We have to give questions based on this Bloom's taxonomy level. Of course, we have tried this Bloom's taxonomy level of questions last semester. And of course, the receiving level is not up to the mark. Anyhow, that is a different story about online examination Bloom's taxonomy. We'll talk about this later. And initially, this Bloom's taxonomy is categorized into 3 domains of taxonomy. The first one is a cognitive, that is a mental skill. That is the first category. And the second category is affective, that is emotional and attitude thing play a major role. And third thing is the psychomotor. Psychomotor is physical, that is physical, the project development, that is physical manipulation is concentrated on the third category. So these are the 3 major domains of taxonomy. The first one is the cognitive, that we have seen elaborate information about these cognitive skills, that is knowledge to evaluation. So there is a cognitive. We already seen one example, that is 4x3 example is example for this cognitive skill. The second thing is affective. That is emotional based. Affective taxonomy is emotional based, and it starts from receiving. This is a basic lower level of student thing. So the student has to memorize the entire thing. So this concentrates more about memorizing. So student memory is concentrated on this particular thing. That is a basic level receiving. And second stage is the responding. Participating in a group discussion. We are giving the information, we are providing some kind of information to the students. The students are supposed to discuss this particular topic with the co-student. So responding. So that is the second level. That is conducting some kind of a group discussion. That is called responding. Third one is valuing. So proposing some kind of improvement about the understanding. The students would come with some kind of proposals based on their understanding. So that is valuing. And organization is the fourth level of affective Bloom's taxonomy. That is elaborating on what has been learned. So they have to elaborate, asking the students to give some kind of a seminars. So elaborate what has been learned. That's called organization. And finally, in the affective thing is the characterization by value set. So they will build some kind of abstract knowledge. So that is a fifth stage of affective taxonomy. And third one is that psychomotor category, that is full of physical action to achieve cognitive or affective objective. So that is a psychomotor domain. So now we have some kind of a comparison between this old Bloom's taxonomy and a new Bloom's taxonomy. Of course, the old starts from the knowledge and comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So now this is the slight modification in 2001 has been modified like this. So the first stage is knowledge is mentioned as remembering. Comprehension, that is called as understanding, that is the second level, and they are simply maintaining the application, applying, and analysis still the same fourth level. And the fifth level, that evaluation is fifth level of things. So in the modified Bloom's taxonomy, Evaluation is the 5th level, and since the synthesize, this is modified as creating. So this is a new level of Bloom's. So here after our next stage of this Bloom's taxonomy will be like this. So we are going to discuss about this particular aspects. This remembering, that is a broader base level of understanding, that is remembering. Then the second level is understanding. Third level is applying, analyzing, evaluating, and finally the creation. So this is a Bloom's taxonomy. Of course, all the teachers are working towards this maximum that particular things create. But whether it is possible to have this particular create achievement in all kind of subjects, we don't know. But our objective is to move towards this particular peak, that is create. Anyhow, without this remembering and without this understanding, it is impossible to reach the remaining 4 level of Bloom's. So remembering, that is what the entire thing is required. That is why the AST is concentrating more on this particular thing. So we have to give a lot of weightage to this particular level, the first level and the second level. So concentrating more on this remembering and understanding is very, very important. So our contribution towards this teaching learning. So inside classroom teaching, at least 80% of our information should be on these 2 things, that is remembering and understanding. Remaining 20% can be this remaining 4 level of things. If these 2 levels are strong, the remaining 4 levels would take it on its own way. So first 2 levels are important for classroom lecture and also for testing during the internal examinations. These 2 levels can be concentrated more. So what is this remembering? That is to remember means that is to memorize. We have to recall the information. Students supposed to recall, they have to reproduce, they have to recognize the facts and terms, like memorizing certain theorems. In a school level, they used to have some kind of a term called Manapada Pagudi. So those things are really essential for certain things. For example, if you say, what is the true life equation? V is equal to NT power C. So something like that, that formula need to be recalled at any point of time. So remembering is very important for certain level of thing. Then we can move to the second level, that is understanding. So here they can translate or restate on its own words, so that they can explain the formulation on their own style. So they can describe the thing. So that is the second level. That's called understanding. So the first level is remember, that is recall what are the things learned, called Manapada Pagudi. Then the second level is understanding. So describe or translate, or based on their level of thinking, they can understand the thing. Third level goes applying. So they have to apply the concept. So they have to make some useful product. So where it is applied, so we have to give a lot of examples. The student must be in a position to create a lot of examples on the idea that is generated. Fourth level is analyze. So here they should examine, they can compare the information with some other concept. Why this is like this? So here the question tag why will come into picture. So why they are learning this particular formulation? Why they are learning this particular instruction? So that particular thing will reach this particular fourth level. It's called analyze. So they have to compare what are the things they learned during the class hours, and what are the things available in the textbook, what are the things available in the net, whether everything is correct, everything is same. So they can analyze all those things at this particular level called fourth level of Bloom's taxonomy, analyze. So they can create some kind of assumptions, and they can give a lot of information at this particular stage. And the fifth stage is the evaluation. So here the judgment thing will come into picture. So remember means memory, understanding is a demonstration, and applying is solving a problem in a new situation. It's called applying. Analyzing in finding evidence. So analyzing means they can find some kind of evidences or examples. And evaluating is a judgment. So to make a judgment, determine validity of a claim, or select and defend a position. So here they should be in a position about the particular concept. They should be strong about that particular concept. Final thing is a create. So here they must be in a position to have some kind of alternate solution. They can have some kind of alternate solution based on the thing they learned. The alternate solution is required. Creation. So here is the problem now. So that is why for the last 3 years, AICT is created some kind of society called Indian Institute Innovation Council, IIC, where innovation is required. So for the entire crowd, of course, you may be aware of this particular thing with the statistics of this patent and innovation happenings in our own country and compared with China. Of course, as per the 2015 statistics, China applied for nearly 3 lakhs of patents. 3 lakhs of patents have been filed by China as per the 2015 statistics. In USA, of course, they have filed nearly some 70,000 patents have been filed. Filing, I'm talking about the filing of patents. That is a thing that is whether that is granted or not, that we don't know. But filing of patents, the number of patents filed by China is 3 lakhs, and USA around 70,000. And India was filing itself just 23,000. In the 23,000 of filing, the innovation that a new patent is very, very less. Out of this 23,000, innovation that is copyrights and music, those kind of a thing includes. Altogether, we can able to produce only 23,000 number of patents in a year. That is filing itself. See where we are lagging. So wherever there is an innovation, there is an increase in economy. So we are lagging in this particular thing. That is what the entire AICT and Ministry of Higher Education is concentrating. That is, creation is less. Why creation is less? Because alternative solution we are able to find it. So we have to find some kind of alternative solution for all the technological thing available. So if you see, look around your own place and how many things are invented in our own country, at least do we have any kind of a modification with the existing design or existing innovation? So we don't have much information. So whatever they manufacture, whatever they produce, we are simply buying. We are just buying the thing from the foreign people. So that is why, thanks to Government of India talking about this Make in India, all those kind of initiatives. So creation is very, very important. So if these two levels are good, that is understanding and remembering level are good, then we can able to achieve this creation. Of course, we have some kind of a difference between invention and innovation. So country is not talking about more about invention. Many things are already invented, but we are lacking in innovation. That is modifying the existing thing. How can we improve the existing product? How can we improve the existing product? We are lagging in that particular thing. If there is innovation in any one particular product, then the economy will develop. So that is why the Institute Innovation Council have been established in most of the colleges. Of course, throughout the country, the MHI is taking much information on this particular thing. So that particular information I wanted to share. Of course, that's also a part of this Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, let us go for this comparison. That is how 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy. How can we understand this Bloom's taxonomy? These are all the 6 levels. So we'll see one by one by discussing about these activities and questioning. Each level of Bloom's taxonomy we can understand with questioning and activities. எப்படி question கேக்குறது? அதுக்கு relevant என்ன activities we can initiate. So activities and questioning are the fundamental tools all teachers use daily, obviously. So both activities and questioning require students to use different cognitive process to interact with the lesson plan. So how you are creating your lesson plan, based on that you can have some kind of a methodology of asking the questions and methodology of creating some kind of activities of that particular topic. So you should have some kind of idea in the lesson plan itself. So the quality of activities set and questions asked has a direct impact on the progress that the students make. So by aligning these with the Bloom's taxonomy, cognitive demands are made on students, which can facilitate more challenge and help ensure rapid. So this is the first level, remembering. So remembering is the most basic. So it requires the least amount of cognitive rigor. So this is about students recalling key informations. For example, a meaning of a word, define, arrange, describe, list. What are the things they learned? So those things are, we are recalling certain information, name, order, reproduce. So these are all the terms that can be used while preparing the question paper. So this is the first level of Bloom's taxonomy, remembering. Now, how to ask the questions, the questioning styles. So here I have listed out various questioning styles for this level 1 of remembering, like what happened after, how many, what is that? A simple single answer, single word answer. Can you name, describe what happened, who spoke to who, can you tell why, find the meaning of, what is, which is true or false. So these are all questions related to the remembering thing. So this is a level 1. And activities. So various activities can be incorporated under this particular remembering stage. Like make a list of the main events, make a timeline of events. We can make some kind of a fact chart. Either we can make, the faculty can make, or the students can be asked to make kind of some kind of a charts, and write a list of any piece of information you can remember. So these kind of activities can be given to students, and we can ask the students to list all the thing what they learned in the form of a story, in the form of article, something like that. And we can ask the students to make a chart showing the information what we discussed. So the initially I've given some example about the orange tree and the multiplication. So for remembering, we can ask the students to convert the information in the form of drawings. So this is the first level of Bloom's taxonomy, that is remembering. Level 2 is understanding. Understanding is to do with the students demonstrating an understanding of the facts remembered. What they remember, that is to understand, that is to be checked. So at this level, the students who recalls the definition of a word, for example, would also be able to show understanding of the word by using it in the context of different sentences. Classify. So what they remember, that is their understanding level, can be checked by asking the questions like classify, or by asking them to discuss, explain. So these are all the understanding level of asking the question. Explain, identify, report, summarize. So this is, you should not get any kind of a confusion between the remembering and the understanding. Remembering is what is available, what we taught, and we have to get the entire information. It's called remembering. Understanding is we can give some the higher level of remembering, that is a discussion. So the students can give the answer on their own. So it's called understanding. So we have to ask questions like this. And questioning, how to ask the questions. Can you write in your own words? So we are giving some kind of a freedom to the students. Can you write in your own words? But in the case of remembering, suppose if you are asked to define Bernoulli's theorem, so the student is supposed to give the exact definition what is available in the textbook, or exact definition what is given by the inventor. But in the understanding, we can have some kind of a modification. We can get the information whatever the students may think on his own style. So can you write a brief outline? What do you think could have happened next? Who do you think? So these are all the students understanding, triggering the understanding of the students. What was the main idea and who was a key character? Can you distinguish between? What differences exist between? Can you provide an example of what do you mean? And can you provide a definition for? So these are all the questioning styles of understanding. Activities. The second level, the activities can be given like this, like illustrate what you think the main idea was. Make a cartoon strip showing the sequence of events. These are all in the school level. Some of the school levels still they are following this particular thing. Write and perform a play based on the story. I think in some of our MBA departments are following this particular thing. Write and perform a play based on the story. Recall the story in your own words. Paint a picture of some aspects you like. Write a summary report of an event. Prepare a flow chart to illustrate the sequence of events. So these are all activities related to understanding. And level 3 is applying. So applying is concerned with how students can take their knowledge and understanding. This is the next level of Bloom's taxonomy. So here, once the first two levels are 100% completed, then we can go for the third level. So applying it to different situations. So this applying usually involves students answering questions or solving problems. So here we can ask the students to apply in some other different fields. So apply, calculate, demonstrate, interpret, show, solve, suggest, all the mathematical kind of thing, all the non-theoretical subjects can be categorized under this applying, where the remembering is a formulation and applying is we have to give some kind of a problem and they have to give the answer. And activity questioning of applying. Do you know another instance where could this have happened in? Can you group by characteristics? What factors would you change if? Can you apply the method used to some experience of your own? So these are all the questioning styles of applying. And activities for this applying is construct a model to demonstrate how it will work. Make a scrapbook about the areas of study. And take a collection of photographs to demonstrate a particular point. Make a clay model of an item in the material. And design a market strategy for your product using a known strategy. Level 4 is analyzing. Analyzing is about students being able to draw connections between ideas, connecting ideas between ideas, and thinking critically, to break down information into the sum of its parts. So here the questions like analyze, appraise, compare, contrast, distinguish, explore, infer, investigate. So these are all the questions tags and the questioning styles. Which events could have happened? How was this similar to? So the students should be in a position to analyze certain things.
Sir, unmute. Sir, unmute and you can talk, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Analyzing here, we mean the finding evidence. The student should be in a position to explain the concept with some kind of evidences, some kind of examples, with some kind of references. Normally in PhD work, so we are asked to give some kind of references. Without references, it is very difficult to publish a paper, even while preparing a paper. So this analysis part is very important. So what are the things that is being analyzed? So we have to provide some kind of evidences. So if you want to know the evidences, you should know the fundamentals of your own topic. So I'm talking about the PhD thesis. So you are very well versed with your topic. So then you can able to do some kind of references or evidences of your own domain. So analyzing is the fourth level of thing. So here we have some kind of questioning styles. Can you explain what must have happened when? How is this is similar to? What are some of the problems? Can you distinguish between these things? So you are suppose if you are doing some kind of research on alternate fuels, so you should know something about the biofuel. You should know something about the fossil fuels. So the understanding of both the things are essential to give some kind of comparisons. So analyzing is expecting some level of evidences from the students. So of course, this is a fourth level of the thing. Anna University, they have also given some kind of guidelines in having some kind of a question in part C. Part C must be higher level of thinking. So this higher level of thinking starts from this analyzing part. So students should give their answer with some kind of evidence. This is what expected, but most of the part C questions are at the level of remembering and understanding. So that should reach this particular level is called analyzing. So students should compare the understanding. So they should give some kind of evidences and proof compared with the existing thing. And activities. So the students or the faculty can design a questionnaire to gather the information. You can write a commercial to sell a new product. Conduct an investigation to produce information to support a view. So investigation report. Make a flow chart to show the critical stages. This is another way of giving some kind of activity on this analysis part. Construct a graph to illustrate selected information. Most of the PhD thesis I can able to see during the analysis part, they used to give some kind of a framework, research framework, something like that. So construction of a graph to illustrate the selected information. This is easy for understanding. And family tree showing relationship, and then prepare a report about the area of the state. So these are all analysis part. Fifth one is evaluating. Here evaluating is somewhat judgmental, where as I already told you, this evaluating part is judgmental, and evaluating is reached when students can make accurate assessments or judgments about different concepts. So students can make inferences, find effective solutions to problems, and justify conclusions while drawing on their knowledge and understanding. So here the question tags must be in a different style of thing, that is argue, so that the students can give their own opinion based on their understanding, assess. For technical papers, whether this is possible or not, of course it is possible. In most of our technical papers, like as I'm mechanical domain, I can able to give examples for mechanical, like heat and mass transfer, and we can give engineering mechanics. So this fifth level can be incorporated in the questions: argue, assess, critique, defend, evaluate, judge, justify. These are all question style and way of asking the questions. Is there a better solution to? So type of question can be asked while evaluating. Judge the value of. Can you defend your position about? Do you think this is a good or a bad thing? How would you have handled? What changes would you recommend? Do you believe? So something like this. So how effective are? What do you think about? These are all the evaluation. That is the judgment. The student should be in a position to give their own idea, their own style of their viewpoints. So once this is completed, evaluation is completed, then automatically the creation aspect may be triggered. So the entire country is lagging in this particular field of creation. So we are lagging in creation. Of course, very bad to say that we are lagging in this particular thing. Activities related to evaluating, conduct a debate about an issue of special interest, make a booklet about 5 rules you see as important, and you are convinced that these are all some of MBA style of activities, and form a panel to discuss your views. We can give activities like write a letter to or advising on changes needed, write a report, prepare a case to present your view about this particular topic. So something like that. And in mechanical engineering, we used to give some kind of a design and fabrication project where the student they should be in a position to put all the knowledge they gained during first year, second year, and third year up to fifth semester. In the sixth semester, they have to demonstrate the entire thing here. So this is evaluating. So this gives some kind of a judgmental. Sixth one is a creating. Creating is the ultimate aim of students' learning journey. So in the final year, they should be in a position to develop a project that should be innovative. This is what is expected for the last 40-50 years of engineering education. The final years, the students should give some kind of innovative ideas, innovative projects. But out of this 1 lakh engineers approximately we are producing in a year, but only a handful of projects we are getting. So at this final level of Bloom's taxonomy, students demonstrate what they have learned by creating something new. It may be either tangible or conceptual. For example, writing a report, creating a computer program, or revising a process to improve its results. So this is very important, revising a process to improve its results. We are not expecting the student to go for any kind of a rocket science or rocket technology. At least what is available and how can we modify certain things for the day-to-day life. Simple innovation that will ease the daily life of a human being. So those kind of innovations are expected for our own country. If there is a small innovation is available, then the economy level of our country may be increased. So revising a process to improve its results is called creating. So at least we should trigger our students to go for this particular thing: compose, construct or create, devise, generate, plan, produce. These are all questioning styles. Activities and questioning types. Can you see a possible solution? And if you had access to all resources, how would you deal with? What would happen if this is a project level kind of a thing? And the activities like invent a machine to do a specific task. So here the invention, innovation, the creation should happen. So design a building to house your study, create a new product, write about your feelings in relation to, and write a TV show, play, puppet role play, song. So during the cultures, the people are developing these kind of things. So we can trigger certain information here. Pantomime, like creating memes on their own domain. So this also we have initiated during our students' cultural programs, creating memes on their own subjects. For mechanics, we ask the students to create some kind of a meme, both on teaching and learning, both on understanding and remembering. So we ask the students to create some kind of a memes. So we got a overwhelming response for that. Of course, most of the institutes have started doing that particular thing, and devise a way to compose a rhythm or put new words to know. So to know melody. So of course, these activities are not specific only engineering. These are kind of a general activities for any kind of a Bloom's taxonomy thing. So far we have discussed about all 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy, the current Bloom's taxonomy style, and the questioning styles, and related activities that can be given to students, all those things. And this is one particular Bloom's taxonomy implemented in my own institution. So A1, A2 is, as I told you, this is the first level, that is remembering and understanding. B1, B2, that is applying and analyzing, that the second stage, that is and third stage is evaluating and creating. So we have given some names like this: A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. And as initially I mentioned about these 3 things. So this is knowledge based, the remembering and understanding. And the second and the third, that is emotional based, that is affective thing. And third thing, it can be categorized as action based, psychomotor. Bloom's definition, because it's a downloaded information. So remembering is exhibit memory of previously learned material by recalling facts, terms, basic concepts, and answers. And the second thing is understanding, that is demonstrate understanding of the facts. And third one is applying, solve problems to new situations, that is applying. Analyzing is examine and break information into parts. And evaluating is just a judgmental. So different opinions by making judgments. And the final thing is a creating, that is a combine information together in a different way by combining elements in a new pattern or proposing alternative solutions. So we can teach the students to how to develop a drone. The students may remember how to develop a drone. The students may understand how to fabricate a drone. And the student must be in a position to apply where these drones can be utilized. Whether these drones can be utilized for agriculture purpose or medical purpose, for emergency purpose, or for transportation alone. And they should analyze these things, whether this particular drone is suitable for this much of weight carrying, all those things. And finally, they should create, that is, they should have some kind of alternate solution, whether this drone is suitable only for carrying 1 kg of weightage, or the drone can be modified for carrying a human being itself. So this is what the creating level of Bloom's taxonomy. So we have to trigger our students in asking questions on these 6 level of Bloom's level. And so far, this is the understanding of Bloom's taxonomy. As far as I am concerned, based on my experience on the Bloom's taxonomy, and we started implementing vigorously about this Bloom's taxonomy in starting from teaching learn, that is classroom teaching towards the end semester examination. So we started implementing this Bloom's taxonomy starting from classroom teaching, or even prior to that, like preparing a lesson plan, preparing the curriculum, starting from the curriculum preparation to the end semester examination. We started implementing this Bloom's taxonomy level. As our main objective is to this particular 6th level, that is creating. For this, we have to go from one level to the next level. So immediately, we can't shift from remembering to creating level. It is obviously it is not correct, and obviously not viable also. So from remembering to creating, we have to move from stage by stage. So that's all about my Bloom's taxonomy model. And now I can show some of the model question paper that I have received during my tenure of examination. Like, so you can see this. Can you able to see this screen? The question paper is visible. Any response?
Sir.
Okay. So this particular question paper, you can see what is wrong in this particular question paper. Can anyone please answer? Can you find out any particular error in this particular question paper? Error in the sense it's not questions error, that is a logical or a technical error, that is the way of asking the question. So let me answer. So here you could see that everything is like this, like what are different. So you will know what kind of a question is this. Is actually end semester exam question paper. This is what the question level is. This is 3 years back we received this kind of a question paper, and now you see what is the expectation of the teacher. Here the teacher's expectation is I've taught something, and whether I have to examine whether the student can able to recall, that is remembering. Now we are just checking the first level of the student. So if we are doing only this, the student may be in the first level only. So there is one particular thing I wanted to share. And this is another level of question paper. Here also we have some kind of a error in the question paper. Now you see the style. Here the difference between list out, list the different types, define, what is. So all these things are just fundamental. Of course, the part A, it doesn't mean that we should not ask any creation level or evaluation level of questions in the part A. But mostly part A questions are the fundamental, and that is remembering and understanding level only. And moreover, in part B questions also you can see the knowledge level, the Bloom's taxonomy level is A, that is the first level. And so obviously the students may not think beyond what is available in the syllabus. So they will read what is available in the question bank. They will read what is available in the textbook. Beyond that, the people won't think. So we are in a position to trigger certain information to think next level of understanding. This is another question paper. Here also it looks same. Everything is what is. Very, very simple way of asking the question. What is service design? What do you mean? What is? So these kind of questions need to be avoided. So just for the sake of convenience, the people are creating a question paper like this. So these kind of question papers need to be avoided. So we are in a position to motivate our students to reach this maximum level of understanding. That is a maximum Bloom's law, that is creation. So that is why I'm sharing this particular question paper. And this is what expected from AICTE, question paper style from AICTE. Of course, you can download this information from AICTE website, or some of you would have got this information through your examination cell in charges, where this is a style of the question paper should be like this, where the course outcomes of each subject must be mentioned in the question paper itself. So the course outcome here, particular subject, a design of RCC structure, and the course outcome is 5. I believe there are 5 units in this particular subject. So 5 course outcomes are there, and the questions are as like this, and the time duration is mentioned, course title is mentioned, and the maximum mark is mentioned. I believe this is a end semester exam question paper. And here the question number 1, A, 1B. I believe 1A, 1B mean that is a unit 1 question. And here you see the question, what are the different limit states of design, what are the merits, and course outcome is 2, that is the course outcome 2 is achieved in this particular question, and 10 mark is allotted, and Bloom's taxonomy level is level 3. Here level 2 is understanding. So they are categorizing this particular question under understanding. Similarly, this particular question 2B, the course outcome is 3, that is course outcome is 3, and Bloom's taxonomy is level 4. Level 4 is analyzing. So this particular question is asked in terms of analyzing. That is the 4th level of Bloom's taxonomy. This is what is expected from AICTE. The model question paper is available. The same question paper is continued here, and the total marks is 100. For this particular question number 4, the total mark is 20, and the course outcome is 4, and the Bloom's taxonomy is level 4. Now the question paper never ends here, but we have some more information on this particular question paper. Like, so they have to give the coverage of Bloom's taxonomy level also. So what is the coverage of Bloom's taxonomy level? So here the level 2, level 3, level 4, those 3 levels are being covered. So level 2 contributes 35%, level 3 level 2 is 25%, level 3 is 40%, and level 4 is 35%. It's not necessary that we need to cover level 1 and level 5. It is a style of a teacher, and they have concentrated more on this level 2, 3, and 4. And similarly, the mark distribution here, the mark distribution more on CO4. CO4 is like designed reinforced concrete sections such as beams, slabs, columns, footings, and staircase. So this is the teacher's ideology where he wanted to concentrate more on these course outcome 4. So course outcome 4 contribute 50% of the entire question paper, and the remaining questions are as. Of course, this is possible in autonomous and affiliated, autonomous and universities, affiliated colleges, whether this is possible or not, we don't know. But it doesn't mean that we have to maintain the entire course outcome equal to 30% or 50%. This is depending upon the individual aspect of the teacher. So these are all some of the examples of Bloom's taxonomy and how it will look like. So those things. And so I am done with this. If you have any questions, you can ask, and then we'll go for
Thank you very much, sir, for explaining the details and various categories of Bloom's taxonomy framework in a simple way with lots of examples. All of us would agree and firmly believe that these methodologies and techniques would be effective in our academic progress.
just a minute.
Again. Yes. Yes, sir.
We have a small quiz, as I mentioned earlier.
Yes, sir.
So can we ask all our participants to go for this particular website? If you have another device, you can go, or in your own device, they can log in this particular thing. So this is just 10 questions. You can.
So please proceed.
Can you able to see my screen? Can you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, please log into this particular thing, joinmyquiz.com. Go to this particular thing, joinmyquiz.com. Joinmyquiz.com. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please enter this join code 474369. So at least 50 participants expected. If once 50 members joined in this particular quiz, then I'll start the quiz. It's just a simple quiz just for understanding what are the things we discussed so far. Take just 5 to 10 minutes to complete this. Yeah, thank you. At least minimum 50 members. How many are here? 95. So organizer, if you say start, I'll start. So members are joining. So far, 5 members have joined. If you have another device, you can use the other device, or the same laptop or same mobile phone. You can go for this particular thing. Joinmyquiz.com and enter the joining code. To join. Have joined. Members, please join this particular. Please. I request a participant to go for this particular thing. Please go for joinmyquiz.com and enter the joining code.
Dear participants, only 35 have joined it. Please join myquiz.com and enter the code given. Thank you.
Those who already joined, please wait for a while. Let at least 50 members join here. It shows 100 participants.
Sir, we have reached
Should we
50, sir.
wait or should we start?
We should start, sir.
Okay, okay. I'll give the starting. And if anybody want to join in between, we can also do that. Okay. I'll start now. Okay, that's it. And thank you very much for the opportunity. And if you have any doubts, you can clarify or we can write.
It was quite interesting, sir. We didn't expect this.
Thank you very much. You can verify these answers later also, and you can.
Thank you very much, sir. It was quite an
Thank you very
interesting
much.
game indeed. Sir, our faculty members have raised a few questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall
Yes, ma'am. Please proceed.
how does taxonomy methodologies can be applied in today's online education scenario? Since we for revised version, so do we have any specific taxonomy?
So, of course, there is no taxonomy for online because online is a new normal. And we also struggled in implementing this Bloom's taxonomy in asking objective questions in our for the past 2 years. Last semester, we incorporated this Bloom's taxonomy level in asking the questions, the objective questions also. But what we expected is we have thought of balancing the basic level and advanced level. But what we received is just a basic level of questions only. Of course, it's a complete failure of the system, but expectations are more. That is what I can able to say. But in online, we are able to implement this Bloom's taxonomy level in asking the question. At least while teaching, that is also creation level is become difficult. We have implemented this asking Viva during end semester examination. But controller of examination analysis mentioned this kind of a thing is not available in the regulation. So you can't ask Viva during the end semester examination. Viva is just, end semester examination is pen and paper. You can't incorporate this Viva kind of thing in the end semester examination. We thought of balancing this Bloom's taxonomy in the end semester examination by asking some kind of Viva, like triggering the students' understanding and evaluating student understanding through Viva, online Viva. But those things are not accepted by our analysis COE, as he is a result passing good member for us. So that's the thing. Hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So there is another question. What is the standard of Indian education system in adopting Bloom's taxonomy?
Pardon? I don't get you.
What is the standard of Indian education system in adopting Bloom's taxonomy?
Now, of course, this is a new kind of thing we have initiated. Of course, Bloom's taxonomy is available for the last 40 years, but we started implementing this Bloom's taxonomy last 4 or 5 years only. Thanks to this MHRD, they have initiated this particular thing. Of course, they are not making it mandatory, but it is a need of the student. The teacher is supposed to take the initiative. So still we are in the basic level of implementing this Bloom's taxonomy level. I don't know about this IIT level. Of course, IIT, the people are balancing only in the creation and evaluation level. That too in the 3rd year and final year. But in the engineering education, still we are in the first level of Bloom's taxonomy level achievements. That's it.
Thank you, sir. That is again another question. Bloom's taxonomy is not given importance to cooperative learning or motivation of learning or any moral values. What is your viewpoint on it?
For cooperative and moral values, of course, every level we have to think differently. That's what we can say. We have a 6th level of understanding. So the second level we use that is the emotional base, that is third, that is application analysis. In a particular stage, we can incorporate Bloom's taxonomy level for those kind of topics and subjects. Initially, it was categorized into three domains of taxonomy. I think that covers the entire thing: knowledge-based or emotional-based or action-based. For the emotional-based, this can be categorized. Hope I am correct in that particular thing.
Thank you, sir. So another question, that may be the final question.
Yeah.
Today, most of the competitive exams are covering quantitative methods. So does Bloom's taxonomy can be applied in those competitive exams?
Of course, they won't mention anything about the level of Bloom's in that questions, but we have to understand whether it is knowledge-based or emotion-based or action-based. What is the student supposed to understand? In most of the gate questions or in the first two level, that is knowledge-based and emotion-based. That is what I am concerned, because I am also involving in gate coaching for my own institution. So those questions are always knowledge-based and emotion-based. But Indian engineering service examinations, UPSC examinations, those questions are, some questions are in the action-based, that is a psychometer, that is up creation and evaluation level of Bloom's taxonomy. Those things are achieved in those examinations. But competitive examination, this is the thing.
Now I call upon Mr. V. Raja, Superintendent of Exam Cell, College of Science and Humanities, Vadapalani Campus, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. As all good things must come to an end, is so our Faculty of Development program, I deem to great honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I thank the Lord Almighty for providing us this day for attending such a thought-provoking faculty development program. I, on behalf of SRM IST, thank the resource person, Professor S.P. Srinivasan, Director and Head, School of Mechanical Sciences, Rajalakshmi Engineering College, wholeheartedly for gracing this occasion, sharing his vast knowledge and wisdom to the teaching community. I am very sure faculty member would have immensely benefited from his excellent lecture. Thank you, sir. This event would not have been a roaring success if not for the constant and tireless guidance, the support of our registrar, Dr. S. Ponnuswamy. He was the brain behind for conducting such FDP and for delivering the presidential address. I extend my deepest gratitude to him. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our Dean, Dr. K. Anantha Padmanabhan, for organizing this program enthusiastically, for providing the fullest support and for delivering welcome address. It has been always a pleasure to work under his leadership. Thank you, sir. I sincerely appreciate the participants both from SRM-IST and other colleges. Without whose participation, this FDP would not have been a successful one. No word would suffice to thank my colleagues for their involvement and willingness to complete the task beyond their comfort zone. Last but not the least, my heartfelt thanks to the members of IQAC and the Internal Examination Cell for smooth conducting this FDP. Once again, I thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you all.
Dear participants, a feedback form is posted in the chat box. Kindly fill up the form to receive your certificates. Thank you, everyone, for your patience.
Thank you.
I request.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Anantha Padmanabhan, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I request all of you to rise the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you one and all for your participation. Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback form which is posted in the chat box. These certificates will be sent to your mail ID.